All right. Hey, everyone. The numbers are in for Aqua and Panama City Beach for July 2022. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices. And I haven't really dug into the specific Aqua market in about 90 days. I've been doing sort of some general updates the last couple of months. So in this video, I want to go through and look at the specific Aqua market. I saw the last video was recorded on May 10th. So I'm going to go back from May 10th to now and show you what's happened and the shifts that have happened in that market. I've been anxious to see the July numbers because of what I've already sort of been feeling. So let's get right into it really quick. Remember my favorite chart here, the red line here represents the number of units for sale, right? At any given point, we know that months of inventory is an important number to watch. And look at what's happened now. This is for the overall condo market. So since January of this year, when we were sitting at 0.51 months of inventory, meaning theoretically we would sell out of all the condos on the beach in half a month, or another way to think about it is we were selling condos in about a half a month. We were selling very, very quickly. We've exploded now to 8.67 months of inventory. This is the amount of condos, or this is the number of condos that are for sale at any given point. In January, there were 33 condos on the beach for sale. That's all condos. Efficiencies, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. There are now 208 units for sale. To think about this just a little bit differently for a second, 0.5 months of inventory to 8.6 months of inventory. We'll do the math on that. That is, what is that? 5, 2, 8. We're 16 times slower or more than we were in January. So the pace of things is slowing down. The market is slowing down. This is the first time, in my opinion, that we've drifted into a buyer market territory. We've been talking about getting there. Remember the videos from April, May, June. If you've been watching that, we've been drifting towards buyer market territory. We've sort of exploded here from 3.52 to 8.67 is a big jump. Look at these numbers, kind of carefully. 0.5, 1.04, 0.9, 1.73, kind of incrementally slowing down a little bit, but still a hot seller market. Still a little bit slower from 1.73 to 3.52, but not huge, a huge slowdown. But we've really hit the brakes. It's like stomping on the brakes. So we're at 8.67 months of inventory. Going into that number, before we get into the Aqua number specifically, think about this though. July is generally a month where we sell a few less condos. So many of these are rented. A lot of people are on vacation. They're kind of in vacation mode, not doing as much business. So it's not surprising to see that number spike a little bit. 8.67 is pretty big. We definitely are into buyer market territory on paper. The longer we stay there, the more we're going to see pressure on pricing. So anybody who's thinking about selling anytime soon should really be paying attention to that number over the next 60 to 90 days. If we see it spike to 8.67 and come back down to 4 or 5, now we're sort of in neutral market, normal market. We wouldn't really expect any massive price depreciation. But if we hang out in 8.67 and then we're at 9 and then we're at 8 some more and then we're at 10 and then we're 7.5, those are very much buyer market numbers. And at some point that puts pressure on numbers down. So looking at Aqua specifically, not surprising. Same idea here. Aqua has moved up. It's a lot less data to analyze, but it's the same theory. I mean, we've gone from pretty much seller market territory to now Aqua at 7.5 months of inventory. Again, on paper, buyer market territory. Looking at some of the numbers in Aqua, for those of you who haven't seen it, this is going back to May 10th. And I've just got this organized by price for now. I'm not going to dig into the specific trend in Aqua just yet. Just because so many units are sort of sitting on the market. But some of the recent sales, we did have a 1-bedroom sell for $560,000. This was earlier in the year. I think that caught a lot of people's attention because it was such a big number. At the moment, we have 3 of the 1-bedrooms for sale, priced anywhere from $609 to $669 to $694. Already you can see if we've thrust ourselves into buyer market territory and the market's showing $560,000 for the value of a recent sale, you can see that 609, 669, 694, what the market might be thinking of those numbers. Going into the 2 bedrooms, we haven't had any recent activity on the 2-bedroom floor plans. Asking prices sitting out there at 705, 749, 799, 819. Oh, excuse me. We did have one of the 07s close. Oh no, sorry, that one's still for sale. One of the 07s is still for sale at 823, 825. All these are for sale. 860, 865, and a couple of the 11 stacks. Back on the 04 stack, 894. We did have 1603 closed. We were working on this one. 985,000 was the final sales price for that. And then an 09 unit asking just over $1 million. Another one asking $1,075,000. An 02 stack. There's a lot of value in this one. I'm interested to see what happens with this going forward. When you look at some of the prices on some of the other 3 bedrooms, this one really is starting to stand out. 501 is under contract, asking price $1,099,000. 1201 is closed at $1,160,000, and 1501 and 701 still asking 123 and 1259. Now take a look at that, and remember just a few months ago when we might be looking at our list of available condos, and I would talk about there were no 1 bedrooms for sale, or there were no 2 bedrooms for sale, or sometimes there were no units for sale, period. So you can see what's happening. It's basic supply and demand. We definitely have more supply on the beach in general. We definitely have more supply in Aqua. So what will be interesting to see again, July can be a slow month for condo sales. Middle, end of August, we start to see a pickup generally. Units are less rented. People are back to doing business. We'll see what happens with those numbers. August and September are going to be really telling on how this market probably looks for the rest of the year and going into 2023. If you're really into data and want to look at it kind of more from an economist standpoint, we just published a blog on the website. We did some research and pulled 18 stories from 18 different economists and what their outlook is for the housing market in general. So dig into that if you're interested. I hope you found, I know we're kind of going through this kind of quick. I'm going through 13 of these, but it's really surprising for me to see how much we jumped in July. I knew we were going to slow down a little bit, but pay attention to that. Let's pay attention to that number over the next 60, 90 days. The longer we hang out above 5 months of inventory, the more pressure there's going to be on pricing. For now, I'm interested to see, is that just one blip for the month of July, which it sometimes can be, or if it goes in the other direction. If you have any questions, of course, at any time about your specific property, feel free to reach out anytime. Call or text is best, 850-527-0221. Thanks for watching.